Introducing the all-new Poco F3 GT. Time to really switch it up. And just like the Grand Tourer cars, the Poco F3 GT takes experience in this segment to an all-new level. And of course, experience, just like the GTs, is about design, it's about performance, but taking it beyond that, as it's a phone, we need to take care of cameras and your overall immersion with that device. This is a first for Poco. We are using an aircraft-grade aluminium frame. Now this entire metallic frame gives you that sense of rigidity. It's been finished in a way no other phone has ever been. Now, if you look closely, you'll be able to see 3 different types of bezels on this frame. Now that's really hard to do, but let me talk about why it was necessary on the F3 GT. Radial bevel. This is the most comfortable grip that you can get. But then when you move to the sides or the edges here, that turns into a more square bevel. So that lets the F3 GT sit on your palm a lot more securely. Cave bevel. Now this is brilliant when you're holding your device tightly, and this gets you superior grip and comfort all in that same frame. 5, both in the front and the back. But the back Gorilla Glass 5 is unlike anything you've felt before. It goes through a 22-stage manufacturing process, giving you this amazing feel. It feels unlike any other phone that you've held. Right from the time about scratches, and because it's completely flush, you're not really concerned about the wobble either. Now this combination of super premium materials and craftsmanship all comes together to give you a device unlike any other, and a design unlike any other. And we're calling this design the all-new Slipstream design. And this amazing device comes in 2 different colors. In my hand, what you can see is the Predator Black. The entire finish is this amazing matte black. It's really hard to see. It's stealthy, almost like probably a ninja. The other advantage is it does not get
the triggers to be pushed up or levitating them. What you typically find in high-end gaming phones are what are called air triggers or capacitive buttons. Let us now find out how maglev triggers are better than them. Air triggers are difficult to find, whereas maglev triggers pop up and can easily be found via touch. Air triggers are slower and dependent on touch response latency, unlike maglev triggers, which are physical. And these buttons are made of the highest quality and have been tested for more than 1.5 million presses by our team. But this is the GT, and we want to push the madness even further on the grand side of the Grand Tourer. We've installed tactical RGB glow lights, and then we thought, why can't the flash look like a flash? And now, let's switch back.
And like we said, GT stands for Grand Tourers. We just spoke about the grand part of it. Magnificent in appearance and style. To summarize this amazing Slipstream design, you've got aerospace-grade aluminium frame blending into Gorilla Glass 5 in the front and the back. The back Gorilla Glass 5 has gone through 22 steps in manufacturing, giving you a glass feel unlike any other. And you also have the all-new GT switches.
Turbo AMOLED. Now we at Poco don't do things normally, and that means whatever we are doing needs to provide you with the most optimum experience. Now this Turbo AMOLED that we are talking about here comes with 480 Hz of touch sampling. 480. Now that makes it not only one of the most beautiful displays out there, but also one of the fastest. And what do I mean by fastest? When you are gaming on the Poco F3 GT, you are actually leveling up your game without even knowing about it. Every single action is instantaneous. And trust me guys,
it's crystal clear. But one of the most important aspects of choosing the right display on the Poco F3 GT was DC dimming. It's a big science on its own, but to simplify it, almost every phone with AMOLED in this class will give you eye strain at really low brightness. With DC dimming, we eliminate that. So you don't really get that flickering if you have DC dimming. So if you're reading something at night or watching a movie in darkness, with the Poco F3 GT, you don't really have to worry about eye strain. Another aspect of this experience is the haptic feedback. Now, all of you guys loved the Z-shockers that we had on a couple of previous Poco phones. And today, we are switching it up. On the Poco F3 GT, you actually get an X-axis haptic motor. The X shockers give you unbelievable feedback if you're gaming or using the phone on a regular basis. The Poco F3 GT introduces an all-new technology. It's called chip on panel. COP or chip on panel compared to chip on glass or chip on film gives you an incredibly small bezel or the bottom chin. See, every display needs a display driver chip. Traditionally sits on the glass. A couple of years back, some manufacturers were able to move this on a film and hence get some valuable real estate back from the bottom of the phone and hence a smaller bezel. With the Poco F3 GT, the fact that we've used an incredibly thin AMOLED panel, we're able to fold the panel back and keep the display driver or the chip on that panel itself, which means one of the smallest bezels that you would see on any phone in this segment, period. Now how, and to step up this movie or gaming experience, we are introducing Dolby ATMOS on the Poco F3 GT. Now, as you guys already know, Dolby ATMOS is the world's leading audio tech, and on the F3 GT, it puts you at the center of the action. And this sound technology is paired with two high-fidelity stereo speakers. They sound and look unlike any other device or any other speakers that you would have seen. What's the response is brilliant. So to summarize, you've got a 6.67-inch 120Hz Turbo AMOLED display. Now this display has a category best 480Hz touch sampling. You also have a 10-bit panel and it supports HDR10+. And of course, you've got speakers unlike anything else that you've heard before, all powered by Dolby ATMOS. Literally, new Dimensity 1200. Now this is an incredible chip. Now the Dimensity 1200 is built on a 6 nanometer process, which gives you incredible efficiency as well as thermal. And it's also running the flagship A78 cores, giving you a performance gain of up to 22% and an efficiency gain of 25%. And it's not limited to just pure performance numbers. With the new HyperEngine 3.0, you're also getting some really cool tech like ray tracing on your phone. But it's actually performance trinity, and we at Poco have talked about it multiple times. It is a combination or a trinity of your processor, your RAM and storage. And of course, 3GT comes with a dual channel UFS 3.1 storage all the way to 256 GB. Now this is the fastest storage available on any smartphone, period. And we're combining this with a super fast RAM going up all the way to 8 GB. And the Poco F3 GT is also 5G enabled. So ready to take on the 5G network whenever it starts rolling out in India.
Now that was cool, but things are gonna get even more cooler. The Poco F3 GT comes with an 11,540mm² large vapor chamber. What that means is when you're performing a high-intensive task such as gaming, the heat which is generated inside is efficiently transferred outside without you feeling the pinch. Not only that, but the device also comes equipped with a white graphene heatsink. Now it's boringly known as hexagonal boron nitride, but this aerospace-grade material is actually used in the construction of rocket nozzles for its exceptional heat management properties. Overkill?
Grand tourer, magnificent in appearance and style, and obviously tugging on your sense of adventure. But what good is an adventure if you can't really go the distance? Let's talk about the endurance on F3 GT. Now, GT comes with a massive 5065 mAh battery. Yes, I know, you would be a little concerned in terms of does that make the phone bulky? Well, we are following the slipstream design philosophy, and happy to see with all the innovations that we've already spoken about, this design comes in at just 8.3 mm. It's not only sleek, it's sexy too. Now this battery gives a large 5065 mAh battery in a super sleek design. But that's not all. We've also implemented smart charging. You're going all the way up to 67 watts and 50% in just 15 minutes. And of course, you guys would love the Poco yellow charging cable included with every phone. Now let's see like nothing else you've seen out there. Now with the slipstream design and the 22-step glass pack, and of course you've got the aerospace grade aluminium frame, the F3 GT is far better built than anything else out there. But not just that, we're also talking about the best sound and display in its class. Those guys pay the highest amount. We are switching that. On the Poco F3 GT, we wanted to give the maximum benefit to our fans. And that's why in week 1, they will be able to get the 6128, 8128 and the 8256GB variants for an incredible price of 2599, 2799 and 2999. We wanted to start with the lowest and then go up, unlike everyone else in the industry. In week 2, this price goes up by another 500, and obviously, as you can see, in week 3 is when we finally hit the actual price, the prices that we just announced.